Hey, what's up everybody? Nola Deech here, and I'm coming to you from the French Quarter in New Orleans. It's getting close to Halloween. I wanted to come out to the French Quarter so I can see what kind of decorations I could find here. Come check them out with me. Halloween is right around the corner. And what better time to walk around the French Quarter at midnight to see if we can find some Halloween decorations. One of the first spots I'm coming up to, there's this blue blinking light signifying something may be down this hallway, this corridor to the courtyard. There's some orange lights down there, some decorative Halloween lights. At the end of this corridor is this beautiful fountain adorned with the Halloween decorations. So I am out here and I am right by the LaLaurie mansion. This mansion is very famous. It has a very gruesome history to it. The history of this mansion goes back to the early 1800s. Madame LaLaurie owned this place. She had a slave quarters in the attic where she kept slaves and apparently tortured them really horrifically. There's a lot of horrific stories about this place, but in 1834 there was a fire, and supposedly the story is that a slave was chained to a stove and he set the house on fire. Knowing that he would die, he did so in order to bring attention to what was happening here. So I wanted to come out here and I wanted to check it out and see if they had any weird, spooky Halloween decorations. And I think they do. Come check this out. Being in the quarter this late at night, there's not a lot of people around. But there is this guy hanging out over one of the doorways to the LaLaurie mansion, letting us know that there's a vacancy and that there's death breakfast inside. Pretty quiet in the streets of the French Quarter right now, but if you look, the main doorway to the LaLaurie mansion, something spooky right there. The flickering light over these spooky mannequins. What are they doing in here? Looks like they're carving up some kind of a alien body, maybe. One guy looks like the Predator. The door covering is also creepier. There's some chains and hooks hanging down. It's labeled the Chop Shop. Very creepy indeed, this blood-covered alien creature in the Chop Shop in the doorway of the LaLaurie mansion. Considering the past that this place has, seeing that in the doorway, really creepy, really spooky, very good Halloween decoration. If you notice around the French Quarter, on the sides of buildings, there's these little plaques that show what the street names used to be called a long time ago. Though most of the retail stores are closed in the quarter right now because of how late it is, you can see that they have decorated for Halloween and put out their Halloween themed items to sell. Some of them are alcohol related because this is the French Quarter after all. This big old spider here with very hairy arms, hairier than my arms. I like the tombstone back there. There's all kinds of neat little things in here. Some salt and pepper shaker ghosts. Well, trick or treat, wipe your feet. Or just trick or wipe your feet. I do like the sugar skulls. Spider webs all over, and this little sign that lights up and says boo Some more salt and pepper shakers. Now these I like these. These are really nice. Imagine having that on your table to dump salt and pepper onto your food. This store has kept it a little simple with the pumpkins instead of the ghosts and skeletons and so forth. Kept it more of a fall theme. I like this one back here, the sad-faced ghost surrounded by very large eyeballs. It's a very ocular themed Halloween display here. This is really cool, this king skeleton. I guess it's a cup of some sort. I like that a lot. Little pumpkins and witches and skulls all over. Very cool. Halloween's one of my favorite times of years. It starts to get a little cool outside, and in New Orleans it doesn't get very cold for Halloween. This guy's cool, little pirate skull with the orange eye patch. Of course, it doesn't say New Orleans or French Quarter without voodoo. Quite a few voodoo themed items in this store, like the street sign. It says New Orleans Voodoo, and this little skeleton holding a voodoo doll. Oh, that's cool. Little sugar skull mug. And a coffin. Also says New Orleans Voodoo on it. This little headpiece up here, this mask with these skulls adorning the top. I like that a lot. I would wear that. And on the door here it has witch services, spells, potions, hex removal. Walking down the street here, if you look closely up on the balcony there, you can see some people as if they're at Mardi Gras asking people to throw beads off the street, like on Bourbon Street. Except they're skeletons. It's skeletons at Mardi Gras. This is really cool. Skull Paradise. I don't know if this sign is placed here just for this decoration or if it's always called Skull Paradise. I'm not entirely sure. But how creative is that? That is pretty neat. On this entire building, the only thing lit up is this one door on the second floor. I don't know why, but it's kind of creepy. I was walking down the street and I saw this in the window and it kind of freaked me out right at first. This big alligator head with his mouth open, teeth protruding out. You're a little scary there, buddy. Happy Halloween to you, though. And once again, I've noticed there's just not a lot of people out on the streets. Maybe they're all on Bourbon. This is cool. This place has some flying ghosts above their doorway. But more importantly, it's letting us know that we're in Saints country, referring to the New Orleans Saints football team. Gotta love it. Maybe the ghost is going, "Ooh, Dad. Ooh, Dad." The sign in this window here is telling me to beware. Little creepy skull in the place of the letter A, next to a little smiling voodoo doll. This is pretty cool. Here's an Edgar Allan Poe themed coffee mug. Quoth the raven nevermore. I like the shirt back there. Eat, drink, and be scary. Sticking with the Edgar Allan Poe theme, this candle that you can burn in honor of Edgar Allan Poe. Now the French Quarter is not all just bars and clubs and stores. People live here as well. And this person has decorated their home very, very tastefully for Halloween. I like it. Here's a club that is decorated for Halloween that has used some Beetlejuice blow-ups. This is the worm from Beetlejuice. That's pretty awesome. You kind of get a better shot of it from the side here, with the ominous, gloomy sky in the background. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning now. This house here is really going all out for Halloween with their decorations. I like the eyes in the windows upstairs. And the entire front is decked out in all this really cool Halloween gear. Some scary clowns, spiders, skeletons, ghosts. They're all here. You see, this is why I love New Orleans. That right there. Walking around the French Quarter, I just stumbled across this house. That's awesome. Alright, well that's going to do it for me from the French Quarter in New Orleans. It's amazing seeing these decorations, seeing the stuff in the shops. Very, very Halloween themed. I love it. I love New Orleans. This is great. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed a little lanyap from this Houdat. Go pass a good time.